pretty common issue that you can experience when installing the SSG24 TDC 2.0 is you install the TDC, but when you try to insert it inside the outer barrel, it's not really going in. So in this video, I'll cover the two possible problems and solutions to those problems, and usually there are quick fix. So problem number one, at some point, Modify decided to change up the hopup chamber design. So this is the old one and this is the new one. And the main difference is that on the new one, you have a nut, a captive nut inside that chamber instead of an integrated thread for the magwell. This by itself doesn't cause an issue, but they also did is they made a slight bump right where the nut sits, as you can see right here. And when I put it side by side with the old design, there is no hump. So this added some dimension to the whole height of the hopup chamber. And so since the TDC 2.0 was designed on the original hopup chamber, this might cause a small issue on the new chamber. So if this is the case, and if you're having trouble fitting this hopup chamber inside the outer barrel, and you have this kind of a design, there's a slight chance that you might need to sand this just a tiny bit. But before you do that, make sure that the insert sits flush with the chamber. So as you can see, this is basically flush and this is how it should be. As you can see, there is a slight small part sticking out, but this should not cause an issue. All you have to do is just take a small file or a piece of sandpaper and just slightly sand this surface here. As you can see on mine, it was so close that I was able to push it in. It was just a bit too tight, so just sand it slightly off and you'll be good to go. And no, this won't cause any issues in the future. The old design was working perfectly fine as it was just a tiny bit looser. And with now the added TDC 2.0 insert, it will be really tight and will not go anywhere, even if you decide to remove it afterwards. So just slightly sand the surface and you're good to go. But there's a possibility that you might have a QC issue on the insert. And if you do that, and if you do have that, you'll be able to notice that the whole TDC insert is sticking out significantly to a point where this is causing the issue of not being able to fit it in. So if you have an issue where the whole insert sticks out on the top, we have had some of those happen in the future. They're pretty rare, but if you happen to have that, please contact us and we'll send you a replacement immediately. But for example, in this case, as you can see, only a small portion of the front is sticking out. If only the front is sticking out and the back is right where it should be, a quick fix that you can do is take the chamber apart. Like so. And once you take it apart, you can check how the fitment looks. And if you take a closer look, you'll see that if the front part is sticking out slightly, on this one it's pretty perfect, but if it is sticking out, what you can do is take a small file or sandpaper and just slightly sand this surface right here. And by doing that, you'll effectively be removing some material on the front, which will then allow the front of the insert sit flush against this surface right here, and it will be able to sit in a bit deeper in the front, so it won't be obstructing and preventing you from inserting the whole chamber assembly inside the barrel. So after you slightly sand this portion, if that doesn't help enough, what you can do is try this approach. And if it doesn't work out, just reach out to us and we'll send you a replacement free of charge. So this is basically it. Hope this helps, and yeah.